I was standing barefoot on my own kitchen tile when she said it. Not knocked. Not invited. Just inside my house, arms crossed, eyes scanning like an auditor hunting fraud. Stop lazing around every day and leeching off my son. The sentence landed clean. No wobble, no doubt. I felt my pulse slow. That's when I knew this wasn't about me. It was about control. Every month, I began. Shut up, liar. Her voice cut the air like she owned it. She didn't look at the mail on the counter. She didn't look at the calendar on the fridge. She looked past me, measuring rooms, counting hours, imagining my failures. My husband stood behind her, silent, not surprised. That was the moment that changed everything. We hadn't always been like this. There was a time when he held my hand in public and told people I was the smartest decision he ever made. There was a time when his mother smiled too wide and called me beta. While watching me, always watching, I thought it was affection. I thought I was safe. I moved cities for him. I paused my career for us. I kept receipts, budgets, schedules. I built a life that ran quietly and efficiently. He promised partnership. She promised respect. Both promises expired without notice. The first signs were small. He started asking where I was during the day. Not curious, accounting. She began calling at odd hours, asking what I had cooked, what I had cleaned, what I had earned. Earned, like a ledger needed balancing. I noticed my bank alerts first. Transfers I didn't authorize. My savings thinning, then stopping. When I asked, he said it was temporary. When I pressed, he said I worried too much. Then I saw the messages. Her number. His phone. Long paragraphs. Instructions disguised as concern. She's getting lazy. She's not contributing. Don't let her control the money. I didn't cry. I copied everything. By the time she came into my house unannounced, I had already accepted the truth. They didn't want a wife. They wanted compliance. They didn't want love. They wanted silence. She walked through my bedroom like a landlord. Opened drawers. Lifted laundry. When she found the printed divorce form tucked under my files, she froze. What is this? She demanded. I took it from her hand, calm, steady. Paper, I said. She laughed, sharp, mean. You don't have the guts. I filed it that afternoon. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't warn him. I didn't confront her. I prepared. The plan wasn't loud. It didn't need to be. I reopened my accounts, redirected my income, documented every transfer he had made without consent, screenshots, statements, dates. I met with a lawyer who spoke in facts and timelines. We moved quietly, efficiently. I separated finances, froze shared access, filed for temporary orders. I changed passwords. I changed locks. I changed the rules. When he noticed, it was already done. He came home late that night, confused, angry. What did you do? He asked. Organized, I said. He called his mother. Put her on speaker. She shouted, threatened, promised consequences. I listened. I let her talk herself into the record. 1 week later, the doorbell rang. This time she knocked. She stood there with a folder and the confidence of someone who thought she still had power. She didn't. Inside that folder was a response to my filing, accusations, claims, demands. Inside my house were documents she hadn't seen. Proof she didn't expect. I let them sit. The confrontation was brief, surgical. I slid my folder across the table. Bank records, messages, transfer logs, a timeline of manipulation so clean it could be taught. Her face changed first, then his. I watched realization arrive in stages, denial, confusion, fear. You monitored me, I said quietly. You controlled my access to my own money. You coordinated it together. She opened her mouth. I held up my hand. I'm not asking, I said. I'm informing. The judge didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. The orders were clear. Financial restitution. Temporary support. Boundaries formalized in ink. She sat stiff. He looked small. I felt nothing. That was the best part. After, she tried to corner me in the hallway. You ruined my family, she hissed. I smiled, soft, controlled. No, I said. I exposed it. I moved out that weekend. Not in tears. Not in chaos. In boxes labeled and sealed. Friends asked how I was holding up. I told them the truth. I'm lighter. I don't replay the insults anymore. I don't hear her voice in my head. What I remember is the silence after the judgment, the moment they understood I wasn't weak. I was patient. Revenge doesn't always scream. Sometimes it files quietly, waits precisely, and lets the truth do the damage. I didn't hesitate. I didn't beg. I didn't break. I walked away clean. And that was the most interesting thing that happened.